What's up everybody? Welcome back to Earth to Rocco. Today I'm bringing you another one of my all-time fall favorites, which is apple crisp. I love making apple crisp because it's such an easy recipe that's totally foolproof. You can eyeball all of the ingredients and still come out with a perfect tasting apple crisp. I chose these apples because they had crisp in the name and I forget what the name actually was. So I thought crisp apples go in an apple crisp. I don't know, they were called crisp.
Yeah, they were crisp something.
Cosmic crisp. So the apples I'm using today are called Cosmic Crisp. After looking online, I realized that these are a relatively new kind of apple. They're apparently known to be exceptionally juicy and crispy with a sweet tart flavor, which will actually go perfect in this apple crisp. So time to show you how I make it. So now it's time to cut our apples. My apples have already been peeled by Mama Gina because she can peel 3 in the time that I can peel 1, which is exactly what happened. So now I'm gonna cut these apples into chunks. So first I'm gonna slice the apple in half and then into quarters. With a smaller knife, I'll remove the core. And now I'll cut them into about 1-inch chunks. So now I'm gonna cut the rest and then we'll move over to the stove. So now it's time to make our filling. First, I'll turn the stove on to medium-high heat. I'm gonna melt 2 tablespoons of vegan butter. It's almost melted, so I'm gonna add in my apples. I'm gonna put in the juice of half a lemon. The lemon juice is gonna help to cut through any bitterness in the apple. We'll put in a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. A 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. A pinch of salt. And a tablespoon of maple syrup. As I said before, you don't need to measure out these ingredients. Just go with your spirit and use whatever you like. So we're gonna cook this down until some of the juice has rendered out of the apple and they're a little more tender. I'm gonna come back and just stir it once in a while. So I'm gonna add in 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. This is to ensure that the filling remains thick as it's cooking in the oven. So we're just gonna keep stirring it until everything's combined. So now I'm gonna turn off the heat and start assembling the pie. Okay, so now I'm gonna place our cooked filling into the pie dish. Now we'll make the crispy topping. I'm starting with 1½ cups of rolled oats. I'm gonna add in a 1/4 cup of melted vegan butter, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and about 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Oh, and a pinch of salt. I'm gonna combine everything with a fork. We really want the butter to incorporate all throughout the oats. So you can do this with a spoon, but I'm gonna do it by hand. I'm gonna pour the oats on top and start pressing them in. So we wanna make sure we have a nice even top layer and that we're getting right to the edges of the pie dish. And now we're ready to bake it. Bake it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 to 40 minutes until the crust is crispy and brown. When it's done cooking, allow it to cool for about 15 minutes before serving. The best way to serve this apple crisp is warm with your favorite vegan ice cream. So good. Thanks for letting me share with you another one of my all-time favorite fall desserts. I hope you find it super easy to make and it becomes a staple in your home. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with my latest fall favorites. Head on over to earthtorocco.com to get the ingredients and instructions for today's recipe and all my recipes. Catch you later.